NASCAR's hottest teams under the microscope. Why Joe Gibbs Racing and 23XI Racing are suddenly facing questions. As the NASCAR Cup Series season moves deeper into its most important stretch, every race, every point, and every advantage becomes more valuable than ever. Championship contenders are fighting for position, playoff spots are becoming increasingly important, and teams across the garage are searching for every possible edge they can find. But while fans expected the biggest conversation coming out of Pocono Raceway to be Denny Hamlin's remarkable third consecutive victory, a different story has quickly taken center stage. Instead of focusing solely on Hamlin's winning streak, much of the NASCAR community is now discussing the growing attention surrounding Joe Gibbs Racing and 23XI Racing. The debate is not about proven rule violations or confirmed wrongdoing. Rather, it centers on a question that naturally arises whenever one group begins outperforming much of the competition. Are these teams simply doing a better job than everyone else, or should NASCAR take a closer look at what is helping them achieve such consistent success? Denny Hamlin's victory sparks new discussion. Denny Hamlin's performance at Pocono Raceway should have been a straightforward celebration. The veteran driver continued one of the strongest runs of his career, securing his third consecutive NASCAR Cup Series victory and further strengthening his championship credentials. Winning 3 races in a row in modern NASCAR is no easy accomplishment. The competition is extremely close, and even the smallest mistakes can prevent teams from reaching victory lane. Hamlin's recent dominance has reminded everyone why he remains one of the most respected and dangerous drivers in the sport. However, as impressive as Hamlin's success has been, it has also caused competitors to pay closer attention. When one driver wins repeatedly and affiliated teams continue showing speed across multiple race weekends, questions naturally begin to emerge. That is exactly what appears to be happening throughout the NASCAR garage. The rise of Toyota-powered teams. Before Hamlin began his winning streak, another driver was already attracting attention. Tyler Reddick, driving for 23XI Racing, had established himself as one of the fastest competitors in the Cup Series. Week after week, Reddick displayed elite speed, strong race pace, and impressive consistency. His performances positioned him as one of the strongest championship contenders in the field. Combined with Hamlin's recent victories, many observers began noticing that Toyota-backed organizations were becoming increasingly prominent near the front of the pack. The results have been difficult to ignore. When the same teams consistently compete for wins, poles, and top finishes, rival organizations inevitably start examining what those teams are doing differently. That attention has now developed into one of the most discussed topics in the sport. Why competitors are asking questions. According to multiple reports from industry sources, several drivers and team officials have encouraged NASCAR to increase its inspection efforts regarding cars from Joe Gibbs Racing and 23XI Racing. It is important to understand what these reports actually mean. There have been no public accusations of cheating. No evidence has been presented showing that either organization violated NASCAR's rules. There are no announced penalties, investigations, or findings of wrongdoing. Instead, some competitors reportedly believe NASCAR should perform additional inspections simply to ensure complete transparency. Their position appears to be based on performance rather than proof. From a competitive standpoint, this perspective is understandable. Teams invest millions of dollars trying to gain even the smallest advantage. Engineers, crew chiefs, and drivers spend countless hours searching for speed. When one organization consistently finds more speed than everyone else, competitors naturally become curious. In highly competitive environments, success often attracts attention. The unique connection between JGR and 23XI Racing. Part of the reason this discussion has gained momentum involves the close relationship between Joe Gibbs Racing and 23XI Racing. Denny Hamlin occupies a unique position within NASCAR. He is both a driver for Joe Gibbs Racing and a co-owner of 23XI Racing alongside NBA legend Michael Jordan. Additionally, 23XI Racing maintains a technical alliance with Joe Gibbs Racing, allowing the organizations to share resources and technical support. Technical alliances are common throughout NASCAR. Many teams work together and exchange information in various forms. However, some competitors reportedly believe the relationship between JGR and 23XI Racing is particularly significant because of how successful both organizations have become. As a result, some individuals within the garage believe additional inspections could help eliminate any lingering questions. Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski enter the conversation. Reports suggest that two former NASCAR Cup Series champions have been among those supporting expanded inspection efforts. Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski reportedly favor deeper technical reviews and more extensive examinations of components associated with affiliated organizations. Again, this distinction matters. Neither driver has publicly accused Gibbs Racing or 2311 Racing of violating NASCAR rules. Instead, the reported position is that NASCAR should conduct additional reviews to verify compliance and remove any uncertainty. Their viewpoint reflects a common belief in professional sports. When questions arise, transparency benefits everyone involved. If inspections confirm that everything is legal and compliant, confidence in the results only becomes stronger. Bubba Wallace's silence draws attention. Another aspect of the story that has generated discussion involves Bubba Wallace. Wallace has built a reputation as one of NASCAR's most outspoken personalities. Throughout his career, he has never been afraid to share his thoughts on major topics affecting the sport. Because of that reputation, some observers reportedly noticed that Wallace has remained relatively quiet regarding this particular discussion. Several individuals within the garage have pointed out that Wallace often comments on major NASCAR issues, making his silence on this topic somewhat unusual. Of course, remaining silent does not imply guilt or wrongdoing. Drivers choose when and how they want to engage with public discussions. Wallace may simply prefer not to contribute to speculation involving his own organization. Still, his lack of public commentary has become another talking point in an already growing debate. Teams strongly reject any wrongdoing. Both Gibbs Racing and 2311 Racing have firmly rejected any suggestion that their success is the result of rule violations. Team representatives have emphasized that their cars undergo NASCAR's standard inspection procedures on a regular basis. Throughout the season, both organizations have passed numerous technical inspections. This fact is central to their defense. NASCAR's inspection process is extensive and detailed. Cars are reviewed before races, after races, and at various points throughout race weekends. Officials have multiple opportunities to identify potential issues and ensure compliance with the rulebook. The teams argue that their performance reflects preparation, talent, engineering, and execution, not any hidden advantage. Denny Hamlin responds. Following his victory at Pocono, Hamlin appeared completely unfazed by the growing speculation. The veteran driver dismissed the concerns and expressed confidence in his team's work. According to Hamlin, his organization has earned every result through hard work and proper execution. He pointed out that NASCAR inspections are already thorough and emphasized that his team operates within the established rules. His response reflected the confidence expected from a driver enjoying one of the strongest stretches of his career. When victories continue to pile up, confidence naturally follows. At the moment, Hamlin has every reason to believe in the work being done by his team. NASCAR's position. NASCAR officials have not commented specifically on Gibbs Racing or 2311 Racing. However, the sanctioning body has reiterated that all teams are subject to the same inspection procedures and standards. NASCAR also noted that additional examinations can be performed whenever officials determine they are necessary. At this time, there is no formal investigation. There are no announced penalties. There are no public findings indicating that any rules have been broken. Those facts are crucial for fans to remember as discussions continue. Why this story matters. Whether fans support Gibbs Racing, 2311 Racing, or another organization entirely, this story highlights an important reality of motorsports. Success attracts attention. Whenever a team dominates, rivals begin searching for explanations. Sometimes those explanations involve superior engineering, better strategy, stronger teamwork, or more effective preparation. Other times, questions arise that lead to deeper reviews. That process is a natural part of competition. For NASCAR, maintaining trust in the sport requires transparency, consistency, and fairness. For teams, proving success comes through legitimate performance is equally important. The current discussion represents a collision between those two principles. Looking ahead. The coming weeks could determine how this story develops. If Gibbs Racing and 2311 Racing continue producing strong results while passing inspections, supporters will likely view the controversy as evidence that winning naturally creates suspicion. If NASCAR increases scrutiny, Competitors who requested additional inspections will feel their concerns have been addressed. Either way, the spotlight is unlikely to fade anytime soon. Denny Hamlin remains one of the hottest drivers in NASCAR. Tyler Reddick continues to demonstrate championship-level speed. Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, Bubba Wallace, and several other major figures remain connected to the discussion. As the playoff battle intensifies, every development will be closely watched. For now, there are no penalties, no investigations, and no proof of wrongdoing. What exists is a fascinating debate about competition, performance, transparency, and what it takes to reach the top of NASCAR's highest level. And until more answers emerge, one thing is certain: the championship fight just became even more intriguing.